Hello and welcome to week 4, the last week of our ballet journal challenge. I hope you've been enjoying it as much as I have. Most of all, I really hope it's helped to kickstart your ballet journaling habit. Hi, Anna. So let me know in the comments below if you've been journaling with us, if you feel like journaling is something that you're going to keep with you in your ballet practice as we continue this year. And let's get right into the prompt for week 4. The prompt for week 4 and for this week as you go through your classes is I want you to write down something that you are proud of yourself for. I want you to write down something that feels like a success or a small win. So I put this at the end for good reason, because we should be finishing with a bang. We should be finishing by celebrating ourselves, but also because a lot of dancers struggle with this. And I totally get it, right? Corrections are part of the lifeblood of doing ballet. Corrections are necessary for success. But then somewhere along the way, we get so focused on correcting ourselves that it turns into criticism, and it turns into the way that we see ourselves, and it turns into the way that we present ourselves, right? So as a dancer, part of our job is to be correcting ourselves. We're looking at ourselves in the mirror. We're taking the things our teachers are saying and applying them. We're always trying to get incrementally better. But then there's this culture in the ballet world of tearing yourself down and being so self-critical. We don't even realize that we're destroying ourselves from the inside out. And so I feel like all dancers struggle. All humans struggle with self-criticism. But I definitely feel like those that are drawn specifically to ballet have perfectionistic tendencies. And so the more that we can unwire that, the more that we can separate our view of ourselves, our value, and our worth from that perfectionism and that inner critic, not only do I think it will help us be more successful, but it also be much more enjoyable and long-lasting. So you're going to be writing down a success, right? And this is important. It's important to proclaim it, whether it's just to your journal or telling someone else about it. It helps to start that rewiring of your brain to be looking for the places that you are progressing, that you are having success. And that is crucial if you want to last in the ballet world, right? Ballet is a long game. Hey guys, how are you doing? Ballet is a long game. There is no finish line, right? It has perfectionism baked into it because there's always going to be something to work on. Even as professional dancers who do it as their job and are dancing for, 8-10 hours a day, there's always something that they're working on. And so I think it's really important. One of the things that I love about journaling for this is that if you start to write down the corrections that you get, you write down your goals and what you're struggling with. Then, a year later, when you come back to it, you can see where you were and where you are now, and you can see that progress. Because let me just assure you that you 1 year in the future is still going to be finding things to be self-critical about, is still going to be like, man, I suck at this, I can't believe I'm not any better at this. But then if you can go back to your journal and see what you wrote down the year before, it helps to give that concrete evidence of progression, which is also another reason that I always recommend filming yourself, even though it can be very painful. Just film yourself. You don't even have to watch it back. Just film it and keep it. And then you come back to it later and you can see the progress, because ballet is so many layers, right? There's so much going on at any given time. It can be hard to maintain that motivation because you don't see immediate results. So journaling is such a great tool for this. In fact, journaling my goals and then coming back and dating when I accomplished those goals was how I started celebrating my successes, because it was too far of a leap for me to write down, oh yeah, I did a really good pirouette today. that felt unnatural. It didn't feel genuine. And so if I wrote down a goal of hitting a triple pirouette, and then I went in and just put the date of the first time I did that, that was how I started the journey of celebrating my success. And that is something that I always recommend, right? So like on the scale of mindset, we have self-critical, where that self-critical voice is always there and it's always saying you're not doing this well enough, you're not good enough, you're never going to make it. And then on the other end, we have what I think that we all want to strive for, right? Where we're really freely celebrating ourselves, where we're naturally proud of ourselves for the work that we put in and the work that we accomplish. It can be very difficult to go from that self-critical side and just hop right on over to being positive. The way that I always recommend is that we start working towards neutrality first, right? That's the middle part. That's where you say, today's a day, this is a body, I'm doing ballet. These are all true statements and they're super neutral. Right? We're not judging whether they're good. We're not judging whether they're bad. We're acknowledging what is. And the more that we can get comfortable in acknowledging what is and being like, yeah, this is a body. I like to do ballet with it. I'm taking a class right now. I'm trying to do this. Oh, I just fell out of that. Without assigning a negative or positive quality to it, the easier it will be to start incrementally working ourselves towards that self-love and that natural celebration and pride. So, one of the caveats in this week's homework is that you cannot add any qualifying statements. I put that because that's a natural thing that we do. That's like a loophole that we grab onto, where if we have to say something good that we did, we add a qualifying statement like, for my age, or for how many classes I'm taking. I still do this. We all do this. But I want you to start getting more comfortable in stating things without adding any qualifying statements. I don't know why my phone keeps going dark, so I have to keep clicking it. So, no qualifying statements. This will also be helpful. You can even if you can't think of anything that you're proud of, you can just write down a compliment you got or some praise that you got from a teacher or a fellow student. That can even be difficult. Just starting by accepting compliments and writing them down and sitting with it and accepting the fact that they said, hey, that was really good. Hey, you're really improving there. Because as dancers, we tend to put ourselves into a corner where we don't even accept the praise that other people give us. So that is your challenge this week. What did I just do there? I don't even know, guys. This filter is funky. That's your challenge. This is the last week of the Ballet Journal Challenge, but I will be sending out one more email that will be like a Ballet Journal roundup. So if you want to be included in that, send me in the DMs, or you can email me at elizabeth@thewholepoint. Anything that you've written in your journal over the past 4 weeks. The whole point of this challenge was to get you kickstarted in the ballet journaling habit, to see how simple it really is and yet how it can reap so many benefits. So I hope that you've been following with me. I hope that you are really feeling how this could benefit you, especially in 2021, as we're coming out of 2020, as a lot of us are still virtual. There's so much learning that can happen in your brain, in your journal, apart from class, as we start to dissect those layers, as we start to look at our mindset and how we're approaching things. If you enjoyed this, definitely let me know. The Beyond Ballet community is open right now, and celebrating successes is something that we do every month in our live coaching call, because it is so crucial that we start wiring our brains to acknowledge our success and to proclaim it to others. Not only is it motivating to us as we start to acknowledge our success, it's motivating to others, and it'll help you maintain that motivation to keep going that I think all of us have struggled with this past year. As ballet looks different, you have to find that motivation to keep going. Also, if you've enjoyed the journal prompts in the Beyond Ballet community, we get new journal prompts every month. And we have the community where we can come in and talk about how we had a hard class. We can come in and talk about a combination and kind of break it down. We can exchange analogies, all of the things that we've worked on this last week in our journals, we do in the community together, but we dive a layer deeper, right? We slow things down, we break class movements apart. I give you specific things to be looking for in each of your classes. We talk about breathing and exercises, and we just start to see how we can infuse ballet into our everyday life as adults and take what we've learned in our life and infuse it into our dance so that we're really expressing artistry in everything that we do. It's super fun. If that resonates with you, if that's something that you're interested in, DM me. We can talk more about it if you have any questions at all. Remember to send me your journals, your journal entries, and I'll add that into the journal roundup. Thank you so much for joining me on this challenge. I hope journaling stays with you forever, and I will see you guys around. Happy Tuesday.